Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you tuned in today. So I'm going to take you through today as I set up my new little outdoor planter that I purchased out here on my patio. I'm going to just show you that process. I'll let you know how long it actually takes me. It's not supposed to take that long. And we'll get this planted up, and I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to plant in it. So as I've told you in a recent video, I've been into preparedness for a while now, and especially since 2020 kind of, became a lot more serious about it. So part of being prepared is not only having that pantry well stocked, and of course all the other items that you can include to go along with that, but the more self-sustaining you can be, the better. Your pantry would only stay stocked for so long if you were in a real survival situation, long-term grid down situation. So you need a way also to be able to replenish your pantry. And a great way to do that, of course, is to learn how to grow your own food. I grew up in the country. We had big gardens every year. My parents would put out, so I'm used to gardening. In the past several years of my life, I've not had a bunch of land to be able to garden, so I've had to learn how to transition more over to container gardening, which has been a learning curve for me, and I'm still trying to learn how to really successfully do that. But gardening is just something that I enjoy anyways. You guys know, if you've been with my channel for a while, I love to pressure can and water can my own foods, fermenting, all those sorts of things. And I love especially being able to do that from things that I myself grew. So I'm really excited just to get back into this and get my little survival garden, as I'm calling it, set up out here on my patio and get this going again. I tried to pick mostly cooler weather plants, and I probably should have maybe started these, or I don't know. It's still decently cool here in Arizona, especially in the mornings. But most of these plants that I have going right now are supposed to be planted now when it's still cooler weather. If any of you guys are growing your own little gardens, whether it be outdoor on a plot of land, or if you're doing it like I am, in a limited space, I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear about what kind of things you're growing and what's been successful for you and what hasn't. So let's stop the chit chat here and we will get right into the project. Okay, you guys, this literally took me 10 minutes to put together. It was so easy. I'm just gonna go through and make sure all of the bolts are really tightened well. And I love it. I'm just gonna get ready to fill this up with dirt. I love it. It's got the wheels that makes it very easy to move. So let me finish tightening down all the bolts on this, and then I am going to move it outside and get my dirt in there and start planting. Well, I just can't tell you how awesome it is to have my hands back in the dirt again. I'm so excited. So my little helper here helped me to fill all this up. Now I'm just gonna have him kind of water the dirt down a little bit, just to make it a little more moist before we start putting our seeds in. So let's go ahead and just move it down that way. So we're just gonna kind of moisten this dirt up a little bit more, and then we are gonna start putting our seeds in. And yes, this time I will label my seeds so I know which is which. So here's an update on my hydroponic garden. Now, I totally forgot to label these, but I think this looks like broccoli. I think those are true broccoli. I believe this looks like carrots, and the rest my spring onions. The rest of these will have to be some guesswork, but I planted this about 2 weeks ago and it's doing wonderful. So I'm gonna take these and transplant these out along with the onions. These are coming out to go out into my little garden that I've got going outside on my patio, and the rest of these herbs will stay in here, and then I need to get some more pods and I can plant some more herbs. Okay, so this is what we've got going on out here now. Might be getting a little ambitious with some of these, especially, I'm not quite certain how the peas will do. I got to get some kind of trellis system up for these. Not quite sure how my turnips will do. Radishes might do okay. Spring onions, carrots, hopefully it's deep enough. But this is what I'm just going to start out with right now, and I can always you know, get other things to grow in here if none of these take off, or you know, if I just want to make this a total herb garden bed. I mean, sky's the limit on how we are going to do this. So I also found these extra little planters that I had sitting out here on the patio, so I filled these up with dirt as well. And I think in the little planters I'm going to put lettuce, so that can kind of spread out in there. So that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to get going here. I'm going to have my little one help me. We're going to get this planted, get it watered, and go from there. You guys, we have it planted. So this is a broccoli transplant on either end. Not sure how my transplants are going to do. Hopefully they'll do well. That is a spring onion transplant, and these are the carrots. I had 3 of them, so I tried to separate those as carefully as possible without, you know, totally destroying the root system. So we'll see how those do. I've got turnips down here. I have sugar snow peas, and that's an Alaska pea in that row. I've got these rainbow carrots. I think there's 2 rows of rainbow carrots. I think I did 2 little rows of spring onions down here. And then this first little row I did of the radishes. I'm really hoping these will grow. I did also purchase some fertilizers. Let me show you. Oh, before I show you those, in these 2 little pots down here, I just sprinkled some of my lettuce seed in there. Lettuce is usually quite easy to grow. I am expecting that I will at least get lettuce out of this. So let me show you the fertilizers that I purchased. Okay, so these are the 2 fertilizers that I just got to start out with. The Miracle Grow Quick Start Planting and Transplanting Starting Solution. So I hope that this will really help those plants that I did transplant from my hydroponic garden. You have to water this in right when you transplant, and then a week later, I want to say a week or 2 later, you do it again, and maybe 1 more time, and then you switch over to a regular plant food. So then I also have this Miracle Grow all-purpose plant food. It says feed every 7 to 14 days mixed with water. I prefer to have the fertilizers that mix with water. I just think they tend to settle in more quickly to your plants and help them grow, and they're just easier to mix in with water. So those are the 2 fertilizers that I have. So this is my little extra survival garden, guys, that I've got going. It just goes to show you can do this anywhere. You don't have to live out in the country. You don't have to have a lot of land or space. When you're in a smaller place like I'm at, in a more urban area, you know, utilize your patio and utilize vertical space too. There's a lot of planters and stuff that you can get that are really tall, and you can utilize that vertical space so you can get more in there. So I'm going to keep you updated on how all of this is doing. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and share my videos. That really helps me out. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.